The reporter who uncovered a video of Mitt Romney making those 47% remarks has now won one of journalism's highest honors. We're talking about David Korn from Mother Jones, and we are talking, of course, of the George Polk Awards in journalism. And it was announced that David Korn was getting the one of the awards for uncovering that video. So I've been thinking a lot about this. Is this biased in some way? Like, for example, was that objectively good reporting that he did? He didn't take the video. I think it was Jimmy Carter's grandson, I think. Jimmy Carter's grandson who took the video. So is it indicative of bias in the awards? And again, do we really care about awards? I'm not too sure. But is this really a journalism accomplishment, or was it a partisan accomplishment? I'm honestly asking the question.
That's a good question.
I mean, Natan,
I don't know.
On one hand, we could say it's not about partisan. If one of the two candidates is kind of writing off almost half of the people in the country or half of the electorate, anybody, regardless of party, should be reporting that, and therefore it is journalism. While others would say, well, it was really all done by people who don't want Romney to win, I'm not sure how I feel about this being an awarded thing.
Yeah, it's just not clear to me whether they're rewarding his journalistic abilities and success in getting the story out, or whether they're just rewarding the fact that this story was very influential in the campaign, and as an influential story, it needs to be rewarded.
Right. I mean, the Polk Awards focus on investigative and enterprise reporting, and it certainly was enterprising and investigative in the sense that this was not a widely known story, that this video existed and was taken and he published it. So in that sense, I guess it is. I don't know. I started thinking of President Obama's Nobel Peace Prize, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And as we know now, we've talked about that extensively. And I started thinking of that, even though it's a totally different type of award, and just thinking, are we awarding what someone has actually done? Are we awarding the idea of what we would like them to do? I don't know. I guess really what I'm getting to is that I don't really care very much about these awards. And this extends pretty widely. And I question whether awards really have much meaning at all.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, it's hard to say. I mean, if this person should have won an award, because it seems almost impossible to determine that person's motivation for doing this. I mean, I guess you're right. In general, awards seem kind of ridiculous. I mean, he should at least get a pat on the back for making this public and getting it out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he certainly,
important.
maybe the best judge, rather than awards and a small group of people voting, really the best judge of what is valuable and what isn't is the response and reaction that it gets in society, right? And people will say, well, no, take a look at some really objectively bad television programs which get a high response from society. Okay, fine. But so then nobody's saying, I think with something like this, the effect it has on the campaign really tells us how influential it was, if what we're trying to gauge is influence.
I mean, I think response is exactly what's going on here. I mean, was Adele's album the best album to come out in that year, or did it just get the biggest response? Was it the most popular? I mean, come on, that's why she won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, response. I mean, this was the biggest video of the campaign
In terms of its effect on the political world in 2012.
Right.
Maybe you're right. And it's not a biased thing.